Oh, hi, Jordan Long here, and today I'm going to talk about something that I always think should, be talked about, but doesn't really get talked about that much. You know, there are some men and women in this world who believe that if something that that there should not be a pick. You should not be able to pick between two things. Like, you know, there's high definition, there's Dolly Digital. Now, granted, Dolly Digital has been around for a very long time. And high definition has only been around since maybe the late 1990 ADs, okay? So it has not been around as long, but it's been around. And then there's 4K that's only recently been around. And it's only been out for a short time. And there's always been men and women who think that you should jump to high definition. It's not a pick; you have to do it. And now, apparently, instead of the high definition, you have to go to 4K. And there's men and women now who believe that you need to go to 4K. Oh, Jordan, you need to go to 4K now. No, I don't need to go to 4K, Walrus. Oh, come on, Jordan. 4K is like, I don't know, more brighter and more clear than high definition. That might be the case, but I don't have to go for it. I don't want it. And plus, it's too expensive. Oh, Gabe and Xena, they can afford it. Well, just because you can afford it doesn't mean you should get it. There are men and women out there. I don't know if there is who have this idea that it shouldn't be a pick, that there should be laws that force everyone to go to 4K or high definition, and then they'll come up with these stories about how the cable givers, Comcast, Verizon, AT&T, Time Warner Cable, Chester's, Cox, whatever you want, they're going to switch everybody over. No. Switching everyone over would go against whatever package deal, whatever service agreement and deal you have, So, like, for example, they couldn't do it unless you wanted them to do it, So, and as far as there being laws being made, who's gonna sit there or stand there and tell the Federal Communication Commission that they need to make high definition and 4K, the only two, where it shouldn't be a choice? Well, they digitalized the signals back in 2009 AD. Yeah, well, that was different. That was different. But people still have even then, people could still pick between Dolly Digital and high definition. That just changed the signal. So this whole idea about, but I tell you right now, I think it should be a pick. All right, you should go 4K. Why should I go 4K? I mean, I might not even like 4K. I mean, I like high definition and Dolly Digital. I don't know about 4K. It's more expensive. I told you, Gabe and Xena can pay for it. Well, I don't like 4K, Avaris. Maybe you do, and that's fine with you, but for me, I don't. And, even though Gabe and my godmother Xena can actually afford 4K, 4Seers and all that stuff, they're actually, only use their weird guild on what they think it needs to really be used on. They just don't throw their weird guild around for nothing. They might be wealthy, but they're not dumb. Point is, if there's some men and women out there who like 4K, okay, that's good for them. If they get if they're going to be happy with it, then that's good with them. If they can afford it, that's good with them as well. You know? So people saying you need to, you don't need to. All right? There is no need to when it comes to 4K. You know? There's no need to do that. If you want to do it, that's good, but just don't say, oh, it's a new thing out there and you need to do it. Because, well, since you really don't have to do it. You know what I mean? I'm Jordan Long, and I'll see you all later.